people love power. They want to get the power. Everybody wants to be relevant, to be known. But give them power, you begin to hear stories, but they will just go there to rub their egos. That's just what they want. I don't even trust all these people. Well, Ekweremadu has declared to run, also to run for elections, to run for an elective position. But this time around, he wants to run as a governor. He wants to become the governor of Enugu State. He came from that side. That's where he came from. 5-time senator, 3-time deputy president of Nigeria Senate, as well as former speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, Professor Ekweremadu. Ekweremadu, a professor, has declared the intention to run for the governorship seat of the state come 2023. Ekweremadu, who represents Enugu West in the Senate, comes from Aniri local government area of the state, Greater Agu block of the state, which is the only one of the 4 sub-ethnic groups that are yet to produce an elected governor of the state. Disclosing his reason and passion for wanting to contest for the seat after attaining exalted heights nationally and internationally, Ekweremadu stated that Enugu State gave me huge opportunities to serve as pioneer council chairman of Aniri local government area, chief of staff of the governor, secretary to the state government, 5-time senator, 3-term deputy president of the Senate, deputy speaker, and speaker of ECOWAS Parliament. I have served on a number of important committees and in several global positions. Continuing, he added that in the course of this journey, I have met world leaders, business leaders, and made friends in both private and public sectors of the national and global economies. I have had the opportunity to understand how states and nations are transformed. A good example is a city like Dubai, the UAE, which was a desert but has now become the world's most digitalized city and a global investment hub. I have an insight into the economic transformation taking place in Rwanda, he said, reassuring. Pledging to deliver good governance bedrock on the restoration of faith in government through delivering on its manifesto and promises, transformation of the civil service, judiciary and parliament, making them technology-driven, improvement of welfare efficiency and respectability of the public service, dual corruption, improve and enhance revenue generation and use and run an all-inclusive government that sees all as equals. Ekweremadu unveiled his 8-point work plan under the following broad themes: water, road development, education, youth and women empowerment, security, health sector reforms, opportunities provision, employment and economy, energy sufficiency, and housing and urban renewals. Recalling his efforts and antecedents as a senator in the light of the exploits and limitations recorded, Ekweremadu averred that as a senator, I worked hard to put forward necessary bills and motions on constitutional amendment, security, education, economy, health, and electoral reform that have impacted and are still impacting positively on the well-being of our people. I have initiated life-changing projects in our communities beyond my constituency in the very important area of water, road, educational infrastructure, health, power, and many more. I always wish I could do more. I have the will, but the means are limited. I am limited to what I could mobilize as a legislator in developmental projects and programs, and at this point, therefore, I believe it is time to focus on Enugu State and Enugu people, without whom I would not be who I and what I am today. The governorship of Enugu State will offer me a good platform to serve our dear states more and better, he declared amid thunderous cheers. The former deputy Senate president and PDP chieftain, Chief Ekweremadu, has named Honorable Ogbo Asogwa, a former state lawmaker, as his campaign coordinator for the 2023 Guba race in Enugu. Ekweremadu drops today the hint during a media consultation with the media in Enugu. Even he contended that the event is not a declaration per se, but a continuation of his consultations. This puts paid to speculations over his governorship ambition, a situation that has stirred controversy in the Enugu polity as a result of the zoning system. Speaking to the media in the meeting held at the Best Western Hotel, Ekweremadu promised to provide good governance to the Enugu people if elected governor. He promised to respect the autonomy of the local government and never to touch its funds, and to reconstruct all roads leading to the state. On the contentious issue of zoning that has dominated political discourse in the state as 2023 draws closer, the Aniri local government born senator representing Enugu West Senatorial District, West Senatorial Zone, while feeding a reporter's question, reminded his audience that Enugu is composed of 4 sub-ethnic groups which are contemporaneous with old administrative divisions of Agbaja, Udi, Agu, Nkanu, Enugu, and Nsukka, and posited that zoning existed only in the minds of persons out to make capital of the situation. Ekweremadu told journalists at a media consultation with journalists in Enugu that he has never been part of zoning because he doesn't intend to be a zonal governor. According to him, there is no zoning discussion in the state because Chimaroke Nnamani isn't a product of zoning, pointing out that I was the campaign director during his election and at no point did we discuss zoning. Sullivan Chime wasn't a product of zoning. During the emergence of the incumbent governor, there was no discussion of zoning. It was based on equity and justice for Nsukka to produce the governor. Continuing, the third-term deputy president of the Senate said it is political treachery when politicians talk about zoning because they are simply projecting their personal interests. He noted that Enugu, as senatorial zone, has produced 3 governors, whereas Enugu North Senatorial Zone had produced 2 governors, while Enugu West Senatorial Zone produced only 1 governor in the person of Barrister Sullivan Chime, who from the Agbaja Udi block of Enugu West, leaving the Agu Greater Agu area in the cold. Meanwhile, the Agu block has the 3 local governments of Agu, Aniri, and Oji River as against Agbaja's Udi and Ezagu local government areas. While presenting its manifesto titled Pathway of a New Enugu State, Senator Ekweremadu opined that it is important for those vying political offices to present their agenda for the people. Ekweremadu used the medium to hint at some of his performances as senator representing Enugu West Senatorial Zone. Ekweremadu noted that beyond Enugu West Senatorial Zone, he was able to attract developmental projects across all parts of Enugu State, such as the attraction of road construction and other projects at Nome, Ehamafu, and many others, as well as construction in Ete, Obino, Iyaka, and Ovoko. Okay. This is interesting. Very, very interesting. See his pedigree. Well, in spite of the huge investment in the water, sector that other things that is mentioned. Okay, but let's just even leave it at that. The question now is that with all the credentials, with all they like titles. I was this, I was that. At the end of the day, everything Loriro but your life has changed for the better. Some people will tell you, oh yeah, he sponsored some people, he gave some people scholarship, this and that. That is the worst, that is the situation they have made Nigerians. They've put Nigerians. They have subjected the people to abject poverty. So any little thing, it triggers people. Things that ordinarily, when you look at it, it's nothing. It's nothing. But any little thing, it triggers people. Oh yeah, he has done this, he has done that. But we can't feel the effect. Even as a national person, he was a deputy speaker, he was being a senator for God knows when. What have they done? Everything. Where is Nigeria today? You have a relationship with this one, you have a relationship with this one. At the end of the day, it's just for your personal ego and all of that. They told us, Project 2020, when Goodluck Jonathan was there, all of the things they put in place, did they achieve it? Everything now has gone down the drain. They will come with all this rubbish. Seeing is believing. Seeing is believing. When you put this man, because of course he's not running for president or whatever. But if you put him side by side with Peter Obi, you begin to ask yourself, who is more popular? Who is the person that the people can really relate with? All this I was this, I was it. It means nothing. It means nothing to me, because at the end of the day, we can't feel the effects. What about the welfare of the people? Even Nigeria as a whole, that you were even holding position. What are the bills, useless and rubbish bills that have subjected Nigerians to abject poverty? That is the kind of bill. I don't understand the kind of bill they are always talking about. Ekweremadu is a greedy politician. He thinks he is the only one in Enugu State. Go and sit down. You will be retired come 2023. He didn't say there is no zoning in Enugu. He said that Enugu East has produced 3 governors. Whatever he says, we shall let him know that there is zoning in Enugu when the time comes. Please go and rest. You again, we have other credible people. What has Ekweremadu did to Enugu West since he was in Senate? What was his contribution to the Southeast as a Senate president? What a kind of so much luck this gentleman has in his entire life. Why can't he retire and become a statesman? Does Mr. Pius Ayim contesting for any post in the Ebonyi State? God help you, please. Your body will tell you. You can't even win election alone. My only happiness is that he will fail. I don't know. They'll just be telling you that they have done this, they have done that. At the end of the day, you can't see anything. I don't even know all this their audio progress they are talking about or development. I don't see it. People from there maybe they can tell us whether their welfare has changed for the better. I can't even see. Honestly, it's just so painful.